All right, today's stream is going to be brought to you by PUBG Mobile Next Star Program. All right, hold up, we are having some sound difficulties. Give me just a moment. All right, we are still having some sound difficulties real quick. All right, I think it... All right, y'all can hear it now. Cool. All right, so this stream is brought to you by PUBG Mobile Next Star Program. North America Scrims are putting on Super Sunday Scrimmage. This is a $120 cash prize. Our map number 1 is going to be Rondo. Very unique map here is that these teams have recall towers all along the map. So if teams get down to that single player, that one player can go recall their other 3 members back and finish the fight out strong. With that, every member has 1 recall. So these teams will make it count. We've got some good teams in here tonight. And it looks like we have a member. We have maybe one team here, member here on team 1. It didn't get quite get into the slot that they needed here. First zone is going to be test track area, but we've got Yulin. We've got teams already down in Yulin. We're going to hop over here. And we have quite a few here that is in Yulin. We have Team 4 Velocity, Xtreme. Team 6 is going to be Havoc. Team 7 RaZe. Team 14. We've got a lot of teams here, but we are on the team 24. Team develop. Member goes down. Team 17. Also, there's gonna be BJP. Team 17. They might be down and out of that area right now, but lots of fights going on. Let's see if we can hop into some more. Tactical Legends. Alright, Tactical Legends has 2 players down right now, but hey, they're going for that revive. Velocity Xtreme comes in. Nicely done. Comes in, clutches that. I don't think we have any teams that are completely... So, we've already got our first elimination of Tactical Legends down and out. Team 18 is now down and out. That was for Rogue Men. We've got teams scattered out all over this area. Very surprised we didn't see any teams get into the test track or the Nexus factory, but let's head over. RITZY Esports, they've got 2 of their members down, but they're being revived with 3 eliminations. They do currently have just a team of 3. They can now go recall this other person, their other teammate, bringing them back up to a full squad. Back over in Yulin, so fights are going on all over here. This is definitely a hot drop for this map. There's a recall tower that is there into it. Top is down with Velocity. As you can see, alright, we've got Knights, 4 eliminations, and they've got a member. They have a member. Oh, another member just got dropped. Batman is currently down. Let's see, is there any teammates close by for a revive? There is not. No confirmed. They do have a member down, trying to get there, trying to crawl and trying to get over and get a revive. But they are down and out now. If they can get a team member to go get a recall. And we've got teams dropping really quickly. Team of Develop, 4 eliminations, and they are still sitting as a full squad here. All 4 members back up on their feet. All right, Havoc with 4 eliminations already on the board for the team, and they are still sitting as a full squad. All right, with our zone being partial of stadium, but mainly the test track and the Nexus factory. We're going to start seeing teams rotate in, since we do have about a minute or so before our teams rotate completely in. So we have 19 teams that's still remaining, and our teams are going to be rotating in. Very well going to see some of these teams kind of rotate into the test track, go ahead and get set up there. Still a great place for these teams to loot up and grab what they need. All right, Team 19, Plunderers. Only a solo here. And they are laying low. Definitely kind of about as close as you can get to the center, but not quite there. All right, Blv Esports. A team of 3. Well, we're going to see how well they can hold up to these full squads. Ooh, shots being fired. They are taking on BJP. I'm already full screened. Jerry, it is a full screen, my man. All right, we've got teams moving. Ooh, we've got 2 teams right here. Let's go check them out. Team 9. Next. All right, as they are going to be rolling in. BJP are rolling in very quickly here. And they are pushing quick. Can they take it on? They are a full squad. All right, the other 2 team members are rolling in very quickly. And BJP down and out. Next, up to 5 total eliminations for the team. All right, more of our teams are starting to rotate into the next zone. 17 teams remain, and it is going to get absolutely crazy here. All right, we've got a handful of teams that are still out in the blue zone. Let's go check them out. RaZe Esports, 6 eliminations. All 4 of them are up. They are a full squad, and they are going to be battling this blue zone. Vietnamese Esports, they are sitting as a full squad. They are out there in the blue zone, so they're going to be fighting this blue zone, trying to move in. Federated. Oh, nice shot with a shotgun. And a backup arrives just in time. And a Slaughter gets that elimination. They are currently just a duo here. Golden Eagles taking on Velocity. Shaggy, last one still stands for Velocity, trying to take on the Golden Eagles and does not. That shotgun in hand. And they're going to go for the revive, bringing them back up to right now currently a team of 3 with 4 eliminations. Galactic Lords, 4 eliminations. Blv Esports, Monkey, last one still stands, trying to get out of there alive. Just trying to get away from Golden Eagles and is able to. No confirmed, up to 7 eliminations, and they are right now a team of 3 with one of their members that has been dropped. Beautiful grenade there. RITZY Esports with 8 eliminations. They have 3 of their members that are down. This is going to be a very tough recall here, since they do have one of their members back up. So they are now going to be a duo team. Can they hold it down? All right, they did get these revives. Very quick thinking here. They got one of them up. One of the members. RITZY Esports got that one member up, and that one member was able to drive around and get the revives on the other 2 members. So they are now going to be... They were a full squad there just for momentarily. They do have 8 eliminations, and they are stuck down here in the behind the rocks, trying to make it around. 2 of their members are currently down, and that zone is closing in fast. Galactic Lords pushing into the circle. They are moving out. No confirmed. They're trying to get into zone. Looks like they're going to be leaving one of their team members behind there. Team develop with 4 eliminations. They're trying to close in on Team IND. IND here does have a good compound holding it down. And they are just a team of 3. All right, our zone is definitely closed in. We've got a lot of teams that are outside of the zone trying to make their way in. And we've got Knights. And they are slowly making their way into zone, just barely inside the zone. All right, 8 teams remain, and they are trying very hard, trying to get all of inside the zone. RITZY Esports they are pinned down. They have a long ways to go in a sense of it, trying to get into zone. They are wide open. We'll keep an eye on them to see if they're going to be able to get into zone. They're not too far, but a long ways to go when you're out in the open. Galactic Lords down to just a single player. 9 eliminations for the team. And Leo hold it down, be able to... Leo is just barely inside the zone. We've got Blizzard holding over inside Monkey, even though looks like they are trying to stay alive underwater. Very smart there. See if they can stay alive long enough to be able to move into the next zone. And Golden Eagles with 6 eliminations. They are sitting as a team of 3. Vietnamese Esports working their way in. They did come a long ways out there. Team IND, member down, coming in for a revive. This is going to keep them up to a team of 3 as the zone is getting smaller. Golden Eagles holding up the build, holding it up here. They have a really good position. They can oversee exactly what's going on and where these teams are at. In Vietnamese Esports, 2 of their members are down. Are we going to be able to try to get a revive here? Very well could be. They are in the water. That's going to be a little brutal for them, but we can see them kind of still push towards the banks and get out of the water. 3 teams remain. Team IND. Team IND in a little bit of trouble, but they can try to get across this water. Golden Eagles definitely have a really good position here. This zone is closing right in on them. Vietnamese Esports now down to just a duo. 2 teams remain. It is closing in fast here. Golden Eagles still has a really good position. GG's, nicely done. Golden Eagles taking that chicken dinner. Vietnamese coming in second. IND coming in third. Blizzard coming in fourth. Knights coming in fifth. Here is 6 through 8. 9 through 11. 12 through 14. 15 through 17. 18 through 20. 21 to 23. And 24. Going all out goes to Golden Eagles. 312. Bob with 7 eliminations, putting in some work there. Best companion goes to RaZe Esports with Millen with 7 rescues. Definitely was working to keep that team alive and did an excellent job. All right, hang tight. We'll get you into the next match here. Welcome in, everybody. Umbreon, welcome. All right, to match number 2 here in Erangel, home to everybody's favorite match. With this, you're going to see quite a bit of long range, mid range, and close combat. There's going to be a lot of going on here. We'll have to see where this flight path is going to start here momentarily as we are waiting. All right, we're going to be boarding here very soon. We're going to find out where that flight path is going to go. Now, some of the places, hotspots for this are going to be kind of the PUBGMOBILE School, RaZe area, even Yasnaya Polyana. You also have Georgia Pool. Those are some places definitely that are going to be some hotspots depending on how this flight path goes. All right, let's bear with. Let's see if there's might have had a technical difficulty. We're checking with the host right now. All right, there it is. All right, now we're all gonna be boarding that plane. All right, we've got a flight path coming out of the kind of the northeast side here, going right through Yasnaya Polyana School, Pachinki, Razak, all the way down to Primorsk. Great places for these teams to jump down, loot up, grab what they need, and take on fights to come. We might very well see some teams jump down, grab a vehicle kind of in the Razak area, maybe even to the Severny area, grab and go over to Georgia Pool. And we've got quite a bit of our teams jumping out really early on, headed into Yasnaya Polyana, so we'll definitely watch those teams there. We've got teams kind of going out toward Mansion, Prison, Lapovka. Teams are still jumping out about halfway through. Looks like School, Razak, Boatyard are going to be hot spots as well. Going to see a lot of fights there. All right, as our teams are making their way down, let's head right into Yasnaya Polyana, where we have a few of our team. We're going to have about 3 of our teams already down on ground. Galactic 7. Vietnamese Esports. Lone Ranger. And shots are already being... And Havoc is down, coming in for that revive. All right, with this, these teams will not have any recalls, so once they are lose a member, they're going to be very quickly down and out. Headed into Severny. IND has lost a member. Oh. IND may be in trouble. Monkey very low in health. All right, let's check that out. Looks like IND is going to be down and out. Team 22. Ooh. Blv Esports, Team 22, down and out. All right, our teams are scattered out quite a bit. We've got a couple teams over in the Gatka area. Tactical Legends. And then they got to 2 eliminations, and they have one of their members has been eliminated, so they're going to be moving forward just being a team of 3. For Rogue Men, they've got 1 elimination, but they are hurting really badly here already with down to just 2 members here. Let's see if they can hold it together and be able to pull it and see if they can get out of here alive. We've got quite a bit of teams. Let's head over into Primorsk here, where we have Knights. They're down here in Primorsk. They do have another team very close by. That's gonna be Velocity Xtreme. All right, Phoenix definitely holding it up here. Definitely got a really good overview. All right, Snaps moving in through Primorsk, trying to get closer, trying to pick up some extra stuff, some extra weapons, but definitely with a shotgun in hand. Very good weapon here to have as they're running through these buildings. Let's head over to Milta Power, where we have RaZe. And it looks like they're just going to be a duo team here. Hopefully that one of their members does come back. But they are down to just the duo. They are also completely eliminated a player. We also have in Milta Power. We also have Galactic Lords. Oh! Leo not paying attention. Gets shot behind. All right, that's going to put RaZe up there on the board with 1 elimination. And it looks like they just got another elimination, up to 2 eliminations now. And Galactic Lords very quickly up to just a duo. Try out there, nicely swapped, but almost lost it. Very quick seat change there. Ooh, that was a good grenade. But it was Tryout was able to get behind that tree just before it explodes. Another grenade, right? Oh, down and out. RaZe up to 4 eliminations. They've got an entire squad wipe. Alright, we still got our teams over in Yasnaya Polyana. Our 3 teams are still here. Lone Ranger still sitting as a full squad. Vietnamese Esports full squad as well. Galactic 7, they are a duo. So they're going to be, looks like they're going to be laying low, kind of just taking it slow here, knowing that they are going to outnumbered for sure with these 2 teams. Velocity Xtreme coming in with a clutch there. They did eliminate the other team that was there in Primorsk, but they did lose 3 of their members. So Phoenix, last one, still stands. For Rogue Men, they are a duo with 1 elimination. Next, rolling in with 2 eliminations. Shotgun in hand. And down and out. That was it. Team Develop. They are now just a team of 3. As they're going to be, looks like they're making their way into Yasnaya Polyana, where they're going to be very quickly introduced to 3 other teams. Denton, he goes. As Ncom comes rolling in, but it looks like 2 of their members are down right now. Let's see. All right, Moses way out in the blue zone. That is gonna be a very challenging rescue here for the other 2 members that are down. And Akrito coming in, gonna get the revives. So Team Develop up to 2 eliminations. All right, we are 17 teams that are still remaining. Let's head over right here. Uh-oh. Let's hop in. So, Blv Esports, full squad with 1 elimination, and they are just barely inside the zone. All right, we've got our northern teams pushing in into Yasnaya Polyana, so it is gonna get another crazy hectic here as 2 more teams are coming in. Lone Rangers. Vietnamese Esports. Looks like they have White was definitely doing some scouting there. Has definitely found some players here. Definitely found a Lone Rangers. All right, we got 15 teams that are remaining. Our teams are starting to rotate into the next zone. This is a very crazy zone. It looks like there's a lot of open area, not a lot of places for these teams to really grab any hard buildings. So they're going to be using a lot of those smoke grenades and mollies to be able to get in closer and even take out some other teams. All right, next, just picked up another elimination. They are a full squad still with 5 eliminations. All right, Tactical Legends had a member down, got up, back, and revived, and they're gonna be headed into the zone. Blizzard. Looks like they're gonna be down a solo Monkey again. Last one still standing for Blizzard. Monkey was the last one still standing in the match 1. Alright, Monkey's gonna have to be careful. We got RaZe that is in the shelter. Alright, the spy definitely heard the vehicle. They did hear it, so they're gonna be holding it down here. Alright, Mizum has BJP in the sights. BJP, 3 eliminations, full squad here. They're trying to find the only building that is kind of inside the zone. That's going to be a hard building. There are still some other ones that these teams can grab. Oliver definitely taking some shots. All right, Sturdy trying to get some shots in. It did get a few hits. All right, Monkey decided to get inside the shelter. Very smart place to go right now. Just kind of laying low since he is the last one still stands. BJP found another hard building. It looks like they're going to hold this up. They have the supply truck there. They can re-grab whatever they need. Vietnamese Esports with 10 eliminations. They are putting some points up on the board. Still a full squad. Tactical Legends now down to just a solo. Can Varden OP hold it together? Can they get some... Get the drop! Needs to get it, gets the finish. Is in trouble. Oh! And down and out. Nicely done. Did get an elimination there for the team. So Vietnamese Esports now up to 11 eliminations, but they are down a member, moving forward into the next zone here with only a team of 3. All right, as our teams are starting to rotate in and get inside the building, let's go check out next here as they are in a building as well. Not a lot of cover at all remaining for this zone. Let's take a quick look to see what these teams are going to be working with. As you can see, not a lot of buildings, wide open area. It is going to be extremely hard to slide into the zone. Golden Eagles at the top of the hill trying to move in, but next down there inside the compound holding it down. Golden Eagles is gonna General been dropped, but Golden Eagles is gonna have to pay close attention, use the trees and what they have to be able to move in with the cover. All right, the General back up on the feet. So Golden Eagles back up to a full squad. We have 10 teams that are remaining for match 2. All right, Amari got a nice little corner there. No confirmed with the 6 kills. And they are sitting as a duo right now. Next, up to 8 eliminations, getting this revive. Let's see, can they get the revive off quick enough to be back up to a team of 3 very quickly? Golden Eagles made it in off the hill with a quick push. It looks like a Velocity Xtreme tried to roll in, but was taken out really quickly. General with those grenades. .312 of Bob with Golden Eagles is down right now. General trying to pull a clutch here and is taken out. So next holds it down. They're up to 9 eliminations as a team of 3 definitely held it together there. All right, they're going to be moving in just barely into zone. Nice shooting by ABG. Another good drop there. Vietnamese pulling and holding together with 13 eliminations. They are racking up those points. Next, coming in very quickly, trying to run people over. Next may be in trouble. All right, this is a 3v3. Vietnamese Esports. Can they get the revives here? Bringing them up. This is a very quick opportunity here for Next to be able to take on. All right, it's now a duo. White trying to quickly get healed up. And Next coming in. Now picked up 15 eliminations. No confirmed. Udara. Or, excuse me. Madara gets dropped and they're down. Now GG's. Nicely done there. Next coming in with that chicken dinner. Nicely done. Definitely played it smart there. No confirmed coming in second. Vietnamese Esports coming in third. BJP coming in fourth. Havoc coming in fifth. 6 through 8. 9 through 11. 12 through 14. 15 through 17. 18 through 20. 21 and 22. All right, that is it for match number 2. 2 more matches ahead. Let's see how well these teams can hold it together. All right, match number 3. We're here in Myanmar. Now, Myanmar, home to a lot of those people who like to snipe. So this is a very great place for sniping. There's a lot of high places, a lot of hilltops that oversee quite a bit of the area. One place is going to be this San Martin Hacienda. The hilltop here oversees the San Martin Hill, oversees Hacienda and the power grid and Picado. Great place for these teams to get in and loot up very quickly there. Another good place is going to be out here on this mountaintop. If you can get up there, definitely oversee some good places as well. Our flight path coming out of Minas del Sur, all the way through Los Llanos, through the truck stop, and on out towards the northeast. So we got Campo Militar up in the very top corner, very close for these teams. Teams could jump down into El Alzar, grab a vehicle, and move in that direction. We've got fights already taking place in the Tremersa. Let's go jump down. Lone Rangers starting this match being just a duo, and they're already down a member. They may not be able to survive much longer here. They've got Golden Eagles. Velocity Xtreme. And a Kaal Esports. Much beautiful drop by Shaggy, but then Shaggy gets dropped. All right, the Digger is gonna be a revive. This is gonna be keeping Golden Eagles up to a full squad. Phoenix trying to move in, trying to get close enough for a shot. Phoenix down and out. All right. Velocity, with it just being a team of 3, they are dropping really quickly. And they are down and out. Let's see. Velocity Xtreme. First team out for our match 3 here. Golden Eagles lost a member, so they're going to be moving forward as being a team of 3, but they do have 4 eliminations on the board. Heading over into Picado. Fear rated. And Blizzard Esports, both of these teams are here. Oh, and we've got a third. Plunderers. Plunderers with just being started out this match with being a full squad, and it looks like they're now down to just a solo. Looks like a Cho is gonna be the last one still standing. Oh, almost that nice little jump side there, but was not able to make it. Blizzard picking up another elimination, bringing them up to 4 total eliminations, and they are sitting as a full squad. Headed into Los Llanos. Xtreme. Full squad. They are just a team of 3. They are not a full squad, but they do have 1 elimination. RITZY. All right, they are down all 3 of their members, so Milan is going to be the last one. Still stands. and they are in a great place. Have a little bit of a high point here. They can oversee quite a bit of Pachinki, or excuse me, Los Leonos. Let's get this correct. Nice drop, nice shots. That is going to be a very tough revive for Xtreme. No confirmed with it started. They did start out with being a full squad. They are got 2 eliminations, and they are sitting as a duo. Nicely done. They're now up to 4 total eliminations. And they are one of 2 teams that are still inside Los Leonos. All right, headed into Hacienda San Martin. Jumping in with next. 1 elimination, full squad. We've got BJP. Currently 0 eliminations. They are a team of 3. But they could pick up some eliminations here. All right, Love Ace has a great position here on top of the San Martin Hill. Definitely helps out for sure with the teams. With them being up top here, they can oversee, call out what they, for the teams down inside Hacienda for the team. Great position. All right, we've got 16 teams remaining. Let's head over down here into Impala, where we've got teams moving in from the south. Havoc moving in as well. Looks like they've got caught up. With Vietnamese Esports. Tries to go in, gets tagged from behind there. BTC down and out, long range shooting. For Rogue Men. Picks up an elimination. Stone Cold gets dropped. ABG definitely going to be coming in for a finish there, but player 69 coming in with a revive, throws that smoke. All right, the Demon are rolling around, still playing on the high ground. Nice landing there by the Demon. All right, Stone Cold has still been dropped. Player 69 still alive. It needs to heal up. Very close in health, low in health there. going for the revive. All right, Demon is playing a ring around the rosy here, around trying to get. Did he get that elimination? Nope, did not, but did buy them enough time. So 4 rogue men stayed a full squad, played it smart there, was able to work those corners, work the angles, and be able to get the revives. And up and out of there they did. Monterey down, not paying attention there at all in that stairwell. All right, Halani, last one still stands for BJP. All right, next, now with 3 eliminations, and they are sitting as a duo. So Halani is outnumbered here. Smart move, does use the buildings, and it gets out of there. Car is on fire and smoking. Can he make it? And continues to drive and is still going. And makes it out of that area alive, but is not out of the weeds yet. All right, going for the van. Oh, it doesn't make it there in time. Just barely gets there and is taken out by Blv Ace. All right, we've got to Cruise the Veil and water treatment. 2 great places for these teams to loot up with any extra stuff that they need, replenish all their bullets. Right, 4 rogue men trying to get out of here. All right, we've got a couple teams that are we've got Golden Eagles. 312 Bob out in the zone trying to stay alive. This zone is going to be hurting. So need to find a vehicle and find meds and find stuff to stay alive. But Golden Eagles with 5 total eliminations for the team. Luckily, the car's got a full tank of gas. All right, our teams are starting to rotate in. We've got a lot of teams that are still a full squad. All right, truly out there in the blue zone. got a few team members of Vietnamese Esports. Actually, they all are out there trying to stay alive. All right, teams are inside the zone. I and D. All right, they have a nice little compound here, holding it up, holding it down. Got Monkey with Blizzard right off in the distance. All right, the rest of Blizzard moving in really quickly, trying to pick another hard building set of buildings here. It looks like they are rotating around, coming up from behind. 4 rogue men. All right, Monkey, and now I'm gonna be pushing in here, gonna help out the team. Oh! Crashes the monster truck, jumps out, and it doesn't take any damage there. And Twix, low in health, gets some kills, does get some hits there. Risky Boy is down. And they get, oh! And it gets shot there. Alright, so Blizzard are now going to be just a team of 3 with 17 eliminations. Absolutely wild and crazy. They are putting up some points for sure here. And Chuli is down. Can they get this revive? They are out there in the blue zone. That's going to be a very, very smart there. Coming in, picking them up. Can they get them to safety in time? Very close. Chuli are running out of health slowly. Ooh, driving around. Was not able to get the revive on a Chuli there. But White's gonna get the revive on ABG. Vietnamese with 9 eliminations. And they are down a member now. So moving forward, gonna be a team of 3. All right, these teams do not have a lot to work with. Galactic 7, 0 eliminations, but they have made it to the top 10 here. And they are still sitting as a full squad. Agent laying down some shots, but does get a few hits and tags there. Alright, Chago G, last one still stands for Blv Esports. And is pinched between, is definitely in between Vietnamese. And is down and out. Seven teams are remaining. All right, we are now down to just 6 teams. All right, Milan with a RITZY dives to zone. Excellent work there, trying to stay alive. 5 teams remain. Galactic 7 inside of the zone. The only heart building that is still available for these teams. You got Golden Eagle 312 Bob. It's the last one that's still standing for Golden Eagle. Galactic Lords out of the distance to go jump with them. 1 elimination currently. They have some time here to be able to pick up some more. They are just a team of 3. Alright, Galactic Lords have definitely made it in. They've got a 2-1 split here. Alright, the Vietnamese is staying close, staying tight with the 12 eliminations. Alright, next rolling in onto a G7, Galactic 7 here. Next with it just being a duo. Shotguns are in hand. Nice drop. Can he get another one? Oh, does not get the drop, but it definitely put him in a fight there. Alright, so Galactic 7, 2 eliminations. Toxic OP and nice shooting. Galactic 7 is still a full squad. They have the only hard place buildings that are still left. The other 2 teams out in the open. Vietnamese using as much cover as possible, these little hills and rocks, to be able to slide in and get in close enough. Got those smoke grenades going out as well. 2 teams remain. Galactic Lords are down and out. Vietnamese moving quick. They are going to be pushing right on top of a team of 4. Galactic 7 docks and moves out forward. Trying to get some more shots and drops. Gets knocked down. Agent coming in for a revive. Yeni throwing those grenades. Can they get him out there far enough to be able to take him down? Nice, a beautiful grenade. It does get a drop there. The zone's closing in fairly quickly. This could be anybody's match here. Yeni down, been dropped. Agent laying low. Agent's been dropped. Galactic 7 may be in trouble. Alright, White gets the revive. Vietnamese back up with it being a team of 3. try there. Is working in, getting those drops, getting those kills, and holding Galactic 7 back. There is really no room for them to advance forward here. Steve, last one still stands. That zone is closing in fairly quickly. And it down and out, nicely done there. Very smart play. Vietnamese Esports with 17 eliminations. Coming in and taking that chicken dinner for match 3 here. Galactic 7 coming in a second. Galactic Lords coming in third. And next, coming in fourth. Golden Eagles coming in 5th. Here is 6 through 8. 9 through 11. 12 through 14. 15 through 17. 18 through 20. 21 through 23. GG's. We've got one more match ahead. Let's get y'all in here. All right, quickly. Risky Boy going all out with 7 eliminations. White with Vietnamese Esports best companion with 6 rescues. Definitely putting in the work, trying to keep the team alive, and did an excellent job doing that. So, and White with Vietnamese Esports final kill with 6 total eliminations for White, bringing them with a chicken and dinner for match 3. Y'all hang tight. We'll get you into match number 4 here as quickly as we can. Alright, just so y'all know that this stream tonight is brought to you by PUBGMNextstarprogram. Hope everybody is enjoying the fights, enjoying the action. Got a lot of that going on. We have seen quite a bit for the first 3 matches as we are moving into our final match. We are working on getting everybody into the lobby and ready to rock and roll for our final match for tonight. All right, our last and final match for the North America Scrims. Their Super Sunday scrimmage. We've got a flight path coming out of Georgia Pool all the way down to Milta Power. Great place along this route for teams to jump down, loot up, grab what they need, and prepare for the last and final match. In this flight path, we've got RaZe, we've got Boatyard, School, very close to the flight path is going to be Pachinki, where these teams can jump out, get out there. We've got Yasnaya Polyana a little ways out there as well. Teams can definitely jump down and grab a vehicle and move into a Severny, maybe even go out towards the ferry pier. May even see some teams kind of go out to a military base. Who knows? We never know where that zone is going to start us off at on this match. All right, our teams are making their way. All right, and our first zone is going to be kind of the center area of this map, so we're going to jump right on in here. We're going right into a school. With the team develop, they're inside. I believe they're inside apartments. They are. Also got Galactic 7. Galactic 7. Nicely done, picking up 4 eliminations. They did, in that process, they did lose 2 of their members. Galactic Lords in here as well. All right, we've got Blv as well here. They are just a team of 3 here. All right, Galactic Lords right now are currently holding the most teams here inside the school apartments. Galactic 7 in some trouble here with it just being a duo. Tryout is by themselves. Can he get the oh, holds on to the grenade way too long and blows themselves up and gets them a knot. Nicely done with that shotgun in hand. All right, they are down and out. Galactic 7 coming in and timing that just perfect, and is able to come in and control the apartments of the school. They're up to 5 total eliminations now. So we've got Galactic Lords that have been eliminated. Tactical Legend been eliminated. Blv haven't been eliminated as well. Team of Develop been eliminated. Federated been eliminated. That would be team of 25. Federated has been eliminated. 12 teams remain, and the majority of them are still sitting as a full squad. This is going to make very interesting for our last and final match. All right, no confirmed. Zero eliminations currently right now, but it looks like they're picking up some. Admari with those long shots. RaZe. And they've got a member down right now. One of their teammates is down. They do have a member that's been eliminated. So if they can get this revive off, they can get a revive. It is definitely going to be a 3 team here. All right, no confirmed. Just picked up an elimination. All right, we've got Velocity here with 3 eliminations already up on the board for the team and sitting as a full squad. All right, Sun NT, last one still stands for RaZe. I know Madara there. Picking up an elimination for no confirmed. Adamari down, but is completely covered up with Velocity. I don't know if that's going to be an easy is it possible for a revive? Phoenix coming in with a revive. Let's see, can they get both of these? Can Velocity get back up to a team of 3? Madara getting those grenades inside, holding it down. Phoenix pushing out. Ooh, Phoenix coming in with a drop there. Nicely done by Team of Velocity. Velocity Xtreme picking up now 6 total eliminations, and they are back on their feet with being just a team of 3. RaZe, Sun NT trying to move in, but laying low. We are very quickly down to just 11 teams that are remaining. And our 11 teams are going to be playing it safe here. Alright, we've got Knights that are making their way into zone. Alright, Velocity Xtreme just picked up another elimination. Phoenix grabbing that elimination for the team. Vietnamese Esports, they are a duo. They've lost 2 of their members. They currently have 0 eliminations. They have plenty of time to be able to grab some eliminations here. Headed over. Let's drop in with a Blizzard. Risky Boy is down right now, and they're definitely going to try to get a revive. Frisky boy dodges the incoming car. Oh, and down and out. Smokey gets there, but not a revive in time. So Blizzard are now going to be a team of 3 with 1 elimination. They could very well easily pick up 2 more eliminations here. Twix holding in the grenade. Can we get a grenade? Oh, a beautiful grenade there. Nicely and well placed. And down and out. So Blizzard now picks up 2 more of those eliminations. And 4 rogue men down to just a solo. Can OC Dill hold the team together, get them into the top 5 here? We'll keep an eye on them. Let's see how it is. Let's go drop into the shelter area. Back with Blizzard here. We do have Velocity Xtreme kind of rolling in, tailing in behind. Next, picking up an elimination, running over some people. And they do have 3 eliminations on the board. Rudy down and out. High fly. With the Knights, the last one still stands. And is being chased. Oh, almost jumps out and gets killed and knocked, but is quickly taken out. Golden Eagles now up to 3 eliminations. And they are sitting as a full squad as they are rotating into the next zone. All right, to Kaal Esports. They are currently just a duo team now with 0 eliminations, so it looks like they're going to be playing it safe. They have plenty of time to pick up any eliminations. IND. Full squad still. Currently 0 eliminations. But again, they have plenty of time here to pick up these eliminations. Alright, looks like they've picked a really good place here. Kind of hold down just for the time being, as they're going to wait on for that zone to shift. We got 8 teams remain. Alright, and next, they are rolling in, kind of staying out there a little ways. They're making their way and rotating into the zone. Alright, and Golden Eagles picking a nice little spot here up on the hill. They do have a little bit of cover. Uh-oh, Blizzard may have been spotted. And they did. Oh! Crazy driving there. They're rotating and driving around, trying to draw the fire. Rick's in trouble. Velocity Xtreme now rolling in. Next, trying to roll in here. They are out. They've got the teams here outnumbered. A Golden Eagles and down to just a duo here. Can they hold together? Caught a shotgun in hand and shoots through the smoke and is able to get the drop there. All right, Golden Eagles, and nicely done, still holding strong. Next is still being a full squad. And they have 7 eliminations. Being a full squad, moving in right on top of a Golden Eagle. Digger with a Golden Eagles and very smart, does get up on the roof. A Psych gets dropped there, does come in there momentarily, come in flying, was able to get on the roof. Alright, they're gonna come in for a revive. This should be keeping them as a full squad. That revive and was able to get the revive and back out to safety. Alright, Psych was not able to get dropped back to safety quick enough. IND, looks like they have joined the party here. Alright, to beg for mercy with IND, last one still standing. Will they be able to get out of there alive without being noticed? Next is definitely focusing on Golden Eagles here. General, last one still stands for Golden Eagles. Alright, 5 teams remain. Golden Eagles with 8 total eliminations. General popping that smoke, trying to provide that a lot of that cover. Next with 9 total eliminations. They can make a very quick push here and very well could take out Golden Eagles. Truly with Vietnamese Esports playing that zone little by little, trying to stay in the top. Kaal Esports. They are just a duo now. 0 eliminations, but they are going for those placement points as they are making their way into the zone. Got to be extremely careful here as they're going to be making, looks like they're going to be making their way on the top of Next and IND. And this is where the zone's going to be. Which team is going to survive? Beg for Mercy with IND. Got a team behind, so pinched between the two teams. Golden Eagles General still alive inside the building. Next, not pushing very quickly here. They're definitely playing it out, trying to get in that building. Lee comes driving through. Gets tagged just a little bit. Does have the health. It is healing up very nicely. Does get fully healed up. Alright, Beg for Mercy now knows that there's a team behind him. Now the question is they going to be able to get the eliminations? All right, next is definitely they are trying to rotate around, trying to box in General here with Golden Eagles. All right, we've got Kaal Esports. They are a duo. They've definitely rotated in. All right, these teams are running out of a cover. Beg for Mercy driving through and escapes. Does not get tagged. It does not get hit at all. And it runs over the last person for Vietnamese Esports. 3 teams remain. And in general, with it, Golden Eagles is out there in the zone. Needs to stay alive. Does not have any health and is going to go very well. Could go out to zone. Very close. Get the drop or get some hits there. And is down and out. Next picks up another elimination, bringing them up to a total of 10 with 2 teams remain. This is a 3v2. Absolutely no cover at all for the remaining teams. They are out in the open. We're definitely going to see a lot of these smoke grenades and grenades getting thrown here. All right, looks like Next is going to kind of hold it down. All right, Chima heads over to the airdrop. Can they hold it? Can they hold it down? Gets a drop. Very nice. Gets maybe another drop. This is it. Who's it gonna be? Nicely done. GG's. Kaal Esports coming in with the chicken dinner for match number 4 with 4 total eliminations. They started out this match with being a team of 3 and held it together being a duo to the final end there. Next, coming in the second, Golden Eagles coming in third, IND coming in fourth, Vietnamese Esports coming in fifth. 6 through 8, 9 through 11, 12 through 14, 15 through 17. Toxic OP going all out with 5 eliminations. Next, with Luna with the next best companion, 2 rescues. Chimie with Kaal Esports dealing that final kill, giving them the chicken dinner for match 4. Absolutely amazing. Teams saw a lot of action tonight. A lot of these teams fighting to the very end. A lot of clutches. Definitely a lot of outnumbered and still holding strong. That is it for tonight for the North America Scrims, their Super Sunday scrimmage. Shout out to PUBG Mobile for today's stream. It was brought to you by the Nextstarprogram. If you want to get in and download the game, the link is in the description. Also, if you want to join and get your team signed up for the North America Scrims, they do scrims and tournaments. They bring high quality action, high quality to get you prepared for you and your team to be prepared for any events. And I will catch y'all all later. Appreciate for all the new subscribes and the watch. Y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all's Sunday evening.